HyperConsciousness Learning. Visual exploration of the hyperbody, quantum selves, and hyperconsciousness, a journey through the dimensions. The bidimensional representation of the hyperbody and entangled quantum selves, illustrated in the image above, offers a profound visual metaphor for a concept that is at the cutting edge of scientific and philosophical thought: the idea that human consciousness and identity are not confined to a singular, linear existence, but rather extend into multiple realities, realms, and forms through what we call hyperconsciousness. This revolutionary perspective shifts our understanding of the self from a fixed point to a dynamic, multidimensional experience, where various quantum selves interact and influence one another across realms. Defining the hyperbody and hyperconsciousness: the hyperbody is the totality of our being when considered across dimensions, realms, and quantum possibilities. It is not limited to the physical form or the individual as we understand it in three-dimensional reality. Instead, the hyperbody exists as an abstract, dynamic system that hosts various quantum selves, versions of our consciousness that manifest in different realities based on quantum possibilities. Hyperconsciousness refers to the expanded state of awareness that allows the individual to perceive and interact with these various quantum selves simultaneously. It taps into the concept of quantum superposition and entanglement, where an individual isn't limited to one static reality but can be aware of multiple dimensions of self across time and space. This concept challenges classical physics, which holds that consciousness is tied to a single, linear existence. Instead, quantum mechanics provides the scientific foundation for understanding how hyperconsciousness is possible. As we know, quantum particles can exist in multiple states at once, superposition, and can be instantaneously connected regardless of distance, entanglement. Applied to human consciousness, these phenomena suggest that we, too, may have quantum states, or selves spread across different realities, all interconnected through a hyperconscious field. The science behind quantum selves: the idea of quantum selves is rooted in several key principles of quantum mechanics. Quantum superposition. In quantum mechanics, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. Applied to consciousness, this means that your quantum self can exist in multiple forms and realms simultaneously, with each version expressing different possibilities. Quantum entanglement. Entanglement suggests that particles, once connected, remain instantly correlated regardless of distance. This idea extends to quantum selves, where entangled versions of you, existing in different dimensions or realities, remain interconnected, exchanging information and influencing one another. Multiverse theory. This theory posits that there are multiple, parallel universes where different versions of reality exist simultaneously. The concept of quantum selves emerges from this idea. Each quantum self could be inhabiting a different reality within the multiverse, all part of the hyperbody's collective experience. Visual representation of the hyperbody and entangled quantum selves. The fractal structure and nine-sided geometry in the image above symbolize the endlessness and the structural beauty of the hyperbody. The golden figures represent the various quantum selves, all of which are entangled within the structure of the hyperbody, interconnected through the fabric of hyperconsciousness. These selves represent different expressions of identity, gender, consciousness, and experience, existing across realities, but all united within the overarching structure of the hyperbody. The nine-sided, nonagon, fractal and quantum geometry generator, MatrixQ Research Institute, Primordial Mathematics, The 12 Primordial Elements, by Luis Daniel Maldonado Fonken, emphasizes the harmonious nature of the quantum selves interrelationship. Just as a nonagon is a balanced, geometric figure, the entanglement between quantum selves is symmetrical and organized. This represents how the different selves are not chaotic but exist in structured, dynamic balance with one another, co-creating and exchanging information in real time across realms. Self-love and conscious sexuality in the hyperbody framework. In the context of self-love and conscious sexuality, the idea of a hyperbody filled with entangled quantum selves presents a deeply transformative approach to understanding relationships, both with others and with oneself. Traditional models of self-love and sexuality are rooted in a singular, linear identity. However, if we accept that multiple quantum selves can exist within the same realm or in parallel dimensions, this opens the door to a broader and more inclusive view of love, relationships, and sexual expression. Here, self-love becomes not just about accepting one singular identity, but also about embracing the multitude of possible selves. Similarly, conscious sexuality can be experienced on a quantum level, where relationships are not just between two individuals, but potentially between multiple quantum selves, enriching the experience of love and connection. This suggests that a single individual can engage in polymorphous relationships with various expressions of themselves or entangled partners in different realms. Sexuality, as a fundamental expression of life force and connection, plays a key role in this, as it is through intimate relationships and energetic exchanges that the experience of multiple quantum selves can be explored and harmonized, further deepening our understanding of hyperconscious awareness. Why this is possible: insights from quantum theory. The possibility of quantum selves interacting within the same realm, or even engaging in conscious sexuality, can be understood through a few more quantum concepts. Quantum coherence, the idea that all quantum selves, though existing in different states or realities, remain coherent and unified in some overarching sense. This coherence allows for the possibility of communication and interaction across realities. Quantum decoherence, as understood in traditional quantum mechanics, describes the process by which the superposition of multiple potential states collapses into a single observable state when observed. In this framework, once an observer measures or interacts with a quantum system, all other potentialities are effectively lost, leading to a single reality manifesting. However, hyperconsciousness offers a transformative perspective that goes beyond this conventional understanding. In the state of hyperconsciousness, the hyperbody is not limited by the constraints of decoherence, which typically collapses multiple possibilities into one. Instead, hyperconsciousness allows for simultaneous awareness and experience across multiple quantum realities, essentially breaking the conventional boundary of quantum collapse. Rather than observing one reality and causing other potentials to vanish, hyperconsciousness implies the ability to be aware of and experience multiple quantum selves across multiple dimensions or realities at the same time. This would fundamentally change the nature of observation in quantum mechanics. Instead of collapsing all possible states into one, hyperconsciousness would permit each quantum self to exist in its respective realm, while the hyperbody experiences these multiple selves simultaneously without causing collapse. This suggests a multidimensional awareness that operates outside the constraints of quantum decoherence, allowing an expanded experience of reality that embraces and engages with the entirety of one's quantum potential. This opens the door to a profound understanding of existence, where all quantum selves and their realities coexist and can be experienced at once, an idea that vastly expands the potential for human consciousness and civilization. By transcending the limitations of decoherence, hyperconsciousness enables us to observe, participate in, and learn from multiple realities simultaneously. Implications for self-expression and personal growth. The hyperbody framework allows for radically new perspectives on personal growth, self-expression, and identity. By accepting that we are more than just a singular being, and that we exist in multiple forms across realms, the potential for self-discovery and creativity is infinite. It invites us to rethink not only how we engage with others, but how we understand ourselves, moving away from fixed ideas of identity and opening up to a fluid, dynamic experience of being. Similarly, for fields like spirituality, entrepreneurship, and innovation, the hyperbody framework suggests that by accessing different quantum selves, individuals could tap into entirely new sources of inspiration, knowledge, and creativity, unbounded by traditional linear thinking. The bidimensional representation of the hyperbody and its entangled quantum selves is more than a visual metaphor. It is an invitation to explore the very boundaries of human consciousness and identity. Supported by principles of quantum mechanics and multiverse theory, the hyperbody framework offers a new paradigm for understanding relationships, self-expression, and human potential. By embracing the existence of quantum selves and developing hyperconsciousness, we can unlock untapped aspects of ourselves and our experience of reality. As science and philosophy converge on this frontier, we are witnessing the dawn of a new era in understanding what it means to be human, one that is not limited to linear, singular existence, but opens the door to a multidimensional experience of being. HyperConsciousness Learning. The potential of hyperconsciousness and the ability to develop hyperconsciousness learning through the entanglement with quantum selves opens up a monumental opportunity to advance human civilization. If we have made extraordinary progress by studying and understanding the three-dimensional, organic human body, yielding breakthroughs in medicine, technology, science, and innovation, imagine the unprecedented insights that could emerge by studying the hyperbody. This multidimensional model of human existence, extending beyond the physical into realms of consciousness, suggests that we are on the brink of a new era of human potential. Unlocking human potential through hyperconsciousness learning. The human brain, as advanced as it is, operates within a biological and spatial limitation. However, hyperconsciousness learning suggests a way to bypass these constraints by tapping into the network of quantum selves. These are not hypothetical or metaphorical representations, but could be considered different versions of your consciousness existing in other dimensions, realities, forms or states, based on quantum theories of superposition and entanglement. By tapping into these selves, you could access new realms of knowledge and creativity, just as your conscious self draws on your lifetime's experiences and memories to innovate or solve problems. Imagine being able to access multiple streams of memories, insights, and ideas from different quantum versions of yourself. Each of these selves could have explored different pathways in alternate realities, potentially solving problems or creating innovations that the individual quantum self, your 3D self, hasn't even imagined yet. Accelerated personal growth and learning. Instead of relying solely on linear learning, hyperconsciousness learning would allow you to rapidly assimilate knowledge from different realms or realities. Each quantum self may have developed unique skills, insights, or experiences that, when tapped into, could exponentially enhance personal development. This is akin to having multiple consciousnesses contributing to your growth simultaneously. Enhanced problem solving and innovation. Since different quantum selves may have experienced alternate outcomes in different realities, we could leverage their experiences to solve complex problems in our current 3D world. For example, solutions to issues like climate change, governance, disease, or technological innovation may already exist in one or more quantum realities, waiting to be harnessed by a connected and entangled hyperbody. Learning from the 3D human body. How much could we learn from the hyperbody? The innovations we have achieved in healthcare, neuroscience, robotics, and even artificial intelligence stem largely from our deep understanding of the biological human body. But the human body, as intricate and miraculous as it is, remains limited to a three-dimensional framework. It operates within linear time, physical space, and biological systems. However, the hyperbody, representing our existence across dimensions and through multiple quantum selves, offers far greater complexity and potential. It challenges us to rethink the limits of technology, human consciousness, and civilization. By studying the hyperbody, we could potentially unlock new dimensions of consciousness and thought, allowing us to interact with machines, environments, and even other people on an entirely new level. Develop more advanced technologies, perhaps even technologies that allow for instantaneous communication or travel across realities. Innovate new ways of understanding health, aging, and life itself by exploring how quantum selves operate and interact across multiple dimensions. The advancement of civilization has always been linked to how we perceive and interact with reality. Hyperbody and hyperconsciousness learning could be the next major leap in human understanding, allowing us to push the boundaries of science, creativity, and even ethics. Why understanding sexuality is crucial for the hyperbody. Sexuality plays a central role in the human experience, not only from a biological perspective, but also as a form of deep connection with others and oneself. In the context of the hyperbody, sexuality is even more complex and powerful. Here's why sexuality is critical to understanding the hyperbody and its full potential. Connection between quantum selves. Sexuality, in its purest form, represents union, connection, and creation. Within the framework of the hyperbody, conscious sexuality becomes an avenue through which different quantum selves can engage, connect, and co-create across dimensions through entanglement, quantum jumping, or with those quantum selves that exist within the same realm. This opens the possibility for multidimensional relationships, not just with other quantum selves, but also with our own quantum expressions, facilitating deep layers of self-love, exploration, and understanding. Energy and creativity. Sexual energy has long been associated with creation in both the physical and metaphysical realms. In terms of the hyperbody, the ability to channel and understand this energy through conscious sexuality can fuel creative thought and innovation. The entanglement between quantum selves could unleash untapped potential by engaging with sexual energy as a form of multidimensional creativity and personal empowerment. Exploring multiple selves. Conscious sexuality within the context of the hyperbody also allows individuals to explore the different aspects of their own identity and gender expressions. Each quantum self may represent different genders, identities, or sexual preferences, giving rise to a fuller, more comprehensive understanding of the self. This could lead to profound personal growth, acceptance, and freedom in how one expresses love and sexuality. Love beyond the physical. Just as quantum entanglement suggests that particles can remain connected across vast distances, HyperBody sexuality allows for connections that transcend physical limitations. Through the entanglement of quantum selves, individuals can experience love, intimacy, and sexuality on a multidimensional level, where connection is not bound by time or space. This brings a whole new dimension to conscious sexuality and relationship building. The future of human civilization. By embracing hyperconsciousness learning and understanding the HyperBody, humanity stands at the precipice of a monumental breakthrough. With the ability to tap into quantum selves and engage in entangled learning, we could unlock the potential for unprecedented creativity, problem-solving, and technological advancement. However, for this potential to be fully realized, we must also acknowledge the importance of sexuality in this context. Conscious sexuality offers a powerful, energetic, and creative gateway through which we can explore the entanglement of quantum selves. It opens pathways not only for personal growth but also for collective evolution, allowing us to transcend traditional understandings of relationships, identity, and love. As we learn more about the HyperBody, the capacity for human civilization to advance becomes nearly limitless. The entanglement of quantum selves, when fully understood and harnessed, could lead to a future where boundaries between dimensions and forms of existence blur, opening up infinite possibilities for learning, connection, and innovation. This quantum leap in consciousness and understanding could fundamentally change how we perceive ourselves, our relationships, and the world around us, ushering in a new era of human civilization built on the principles of hyperconsciousness. Are you ready to explore the traits of hyperconsciousness in your daily life? Dive deep into the potential of your multidimensional self by reading The Awakened HyperBody by Luis Daniel Maldonado Fonken and enroll in the 3 to 18-day Awakened HyperBody Ultimate Challenge. This transformative journey will guide you through techniques from ancient wisdom, sacred geometry, sound, and modern science to unlock your HyperBody's true capabilities. Whether you're looking for heightened awareness, advanced human performance, or cognitive skills, this immersive challenge is designed to push your limits and help you transcend ordinary human performance.